boys and girls, it's Miss Curry again, and today we're going to do more work with geometry or shapes. Today, instead of me telling you about shapes, I'm going to let you tell us a little bit about shapes. For this activity, you need a piece of paper, and markers or crayons or just a regular old pencil would work for this too. To start my activity, I'm going to take my piece of paper and I'm going to fold it in half. Doesn't have to be perfectly perfect, just do your best. I'm going to open it back up so that I can see the fold in the middle, and then I'm going to fold it the other direction. If you need help on this, go ahead and ask a brother or a sister or your mom or dad. Now my paper has 4 sections. Can you see them here? I'm going to choose any color marker and I'm going to trace over those lines so that I can see where they are. So I'm going to draw a line here. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. And one here. Okay. Now, I can choose any color I want, and I'm going to do some labeling next. So I'm going to start, and I'm just going to choose this one, and I'm going to write this word at the top. Do you recognize that word? That word is circle. What's my word? Circle. So circle is going to go in one of the boxes. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to label another box. I think the next one I label, I'm going to label it with this word. If you're reading that word and you read square, you're right. I'm going to come down to the bottom. I'm going to choose another color to make my picture really colorful. But again, a regular pencil would work too. This time I'm going to start my label with the letter T. You guessed it, it's triangle. I think I'm going to do one more shape for today. And I think I'm going to do that one with a blue. This one starts with the letter R. Maybe you're already thinking about what shape it will be. If you knew rectangle started with R, I bet you were way ahead of me. So boys and girls, for today's activity, what you're going to do is you're going to draw a picture of the shape, and then you're going to tell how many lines and how many corners. So you can do blank sides, blank corners. And then you can draw a picture of the shape right up top. I'm going to go ahead and label each one of my boxes this many sides and this many corners. And then let's see, blank sides, blank corners, and then I'm going to do this guy. That is the work you're going to do today. After you draw your pictures and label how many sides and corners each shape has, go ahead, take a picture of it and send it to your teacher on Seesaw. I am going to model one for you today before you get started as a review. I'm going to choose one that I introduced yesterday, but that we're not going to work on in our work today. I'm going to start it like this. Okay. This word is pentagon, and then I'm going to label it with blank sides and blank corners. You may not have learned about pentagon in kindergarten, and that's why I chose it for my model lesson today. So I already have the shape listed, and I need to find out how many sides and how many corners, but I also need to draw a pentagon. To draw a pentagon, I always start at the base, and I do one line going across. Now I know that a pentagon starts a little bit like a cupcake or a muffin, so I'm going to draw 2 lines that go out just a little bit diagonal. Now, a pentagon is not round on the top like a cupcake or a muffin. A pentagon has a point at the top. I can take that and I can do a connecting line here and a connecting line here to make a pentagon. To find out how many sides it has, I need to look at the straight lines. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. To find how many corners it has, I need to look where the 2 sides meet. This is 1 corner, 2 corners, 3 corners, 4 corners, and 5. So if I was going to describe the attributes of a pentagon, I would say a pentagon has 5 sides and 5 corners. This is my model. The work you're going to be doing looks like this. Boys and girls, you're working on circle, square, triangle, and rectangle. Make sure that you draw a picture, count the sides, and count the corners for each shape. When you're all done, take a picture and send it to your teacher on Seesaw. Have fun, boys and girls.